Does your Brawler look like this, dealing 0 damage at all? Well, with simple fixes, we can change that. So, how do you do it? Well, it's all thanks to a law school called Wild Impulse. What this does is that it makes your next attack AoE. Now, this sounds good and all, but why can't you just use the party table proficiency? Well, the reason why you use it is because it applies vulnerable and debuffs on the first hit, and giving you time to buff up before hitting Shade Plate to gain 3 times your buffs. Even though I said to use Wild Impulse, instead you should use Party Table with Wild Impulse to gain more damage buffs in a single turn. Next, you might be wondering why I don't use the other Brawler skills to nuke. They are horrible. That's why people recommend Inferion or Dullahan, because of the race skill like Inferno Rift and Lifeless Skull. In my case, I made an Amorous Brawler ages ago and decided to test it again. Using what I said before, although the racial skill is 15 base damage, the scaling is probably one of the worst in the game. Despite this, I created something that was able to nuke MV slightly well and still have fun in the game with a new off-meta build. Now, to explain my build. I obviously used the Blyrock Cestus to gain the 20% damage against enemies with vulnerable. You can switch this to Dragonbone as MV is immune to Curse. For my enchant, you most likely should use Inferno, but can use Frosted or Cursed if you have it, although Cursed is not obtainable due to a bug. For the gears, I use Crystal Spear to increase my crit by 5% and get rid of my critical fatigue. I then use Tainted Quiver to apply Sunder on my first hit and be able to get rid of MV's energy for my team. And then I use Crystal Star for better crit and a more consistent nuke. And lastly, I use Spike Steel Ball for the slight chance of more damage. For the stats, you can go full strength for more nuking potential, but I went and did 30 in luck for consistency. For the mastery, make sure to pick up the oppression node on 100 and the party table proficiency on 002. After all this, you should be able to replicate something like the clip shown next.
Yo, I watch this. 2,000 damage.
Lastly, this is strictly a video shown to do damage against MV. If you're not planning on just running MV, do not follow my mastery or build. Try to make your own build according to the boss you're fighting.